So, welcome back everybody to the Go Champions League upper bracket semi-final between Virtus.pro and Team Dignitas. Dignitas won the first map in a lengthy overtime on cobblestone 23-26. So the Danes now only need to pick up Mirage and win this best of 3 series to advance into the final of the upper bracket. Virtus.pro though will win the 9th round and they want to stay on the CT side. So the reasonable choice to make, obviously, CT sided map. You want to start on the CT side. Let's talk about the map though. We've got the matchup between the two teams quite regularly on Mirage already. And it was most often Dignitas coming out on top of that exchange. 16-4 and 16-12 in the last two matchups on this map between the two teams. So I would say that Dignitas have a fair shot at taking it home in only 2 maps against Virtus.pro. So let's see how they will actually perform, as their cobble performance was first looking very good, and then it got weaker and weaker until they've got themselves into repeated advantageous position, and in the end they just pulled through. You know, they needed 6 match points in, you know, when you add up all the match points, they needed 6 match points to take it home in, I think, yeah, if I'm not mistaken, they had 6 in the whole match. And the overtime obviously put a small toll on the players' nerves and on the players' focus, I believe. So let's see who can prevail. It is 12 already. So excuse me if I mess up a few sentences or stuff like that. I'm not a robot. Or at least I'm not trying to sound like a robot. And I'm certainly no robot what concerning my speech. So let's see if Virtus.pro and Team Dignitas get themselves focused again for this matchup for the Go Champions League, brought to you by Steel Series, G2A and Twitch. Bialy with the first frag onto MSL, and Pasha is already pushed up into middle. Now he's getting backstabbed or back pushed more or less. Quickly the terrorists will take it back into their favor, but Kierby and AZ are now left alone against the 3 CTs. The bomb is dropped in A main. Bialy has it under cover and AZ is down to 7 HP. So the odds of this happening are rather slim if they don't pick up a few headshots. There it is, Bialy with the frag on terrorist spawn, and Kierby is the last one over there in B kitchen actually. And the CTs will spot him in time. They will smoke him off to keep each other safe, and the bomb will still be covered by 2 players, so there's no way that Kierby can get himself in there other than by a huge mistake of Virtus.pro. Is Nico mad? I don't think so. Kierby is still working on this round, so he's committed to take it as far as possible, and he will get that frag onto Taz, make it a 2v1 situation. Still has 13 seconds to work with. If he finds that frag onto Bialy, which he's not able to do, he could have taken Snacks out with just maybe, you know, a cotton ball thrown at Snacks would have been taken, would have been able to take him out. 1-0 though in favor of Virtus.pro. Their polls starting off once again not too bad. Even though last time it was Dignitas starting off with the pistol round, Virtus.pro was able to upset them in the next round on cobblestone on the first half. So Virtus.pro then took 3 rounds in a row before Dignitas were able to answer with anything. Bialy with a double kill, but is kind of cut off from his teammates. But Nico is able to get that frag. Another one by Kierby onto Pasha. 2v2, really expensive round already. Dignitas with the goal of planting a bomb now, as Nico gets blown to smithereens by Snacks. It is only Kierby, and he will be pushed simultaneously by Snacks and Neo. Good synchronization by the 2 players of Virtus.pro, and they survived that scary eco round by Dignitas. The Danes dealt a massive blow to the economy. Look at how how few guns they only have. They have an MP7 for Snacks and Bialy, MP9 for Pasha, UMP for Taz. And if Team Dignitas had planted a bomb in the previous round, they could have held on to that pressure. You know, just keep forcing the CTs to rebuy, keep their economy low, and then finally get a frag or get a round on the board. Now Snacks will deny Dignitas the bomb plan initially, but MSL slips through his fingers as he got taken out. Now Neo needs to come out on top of that. 2v1 basically. He can just win 2-0 in favor of Virtus.pro. Not too bad by Virtus. Now, considering that they only lost one player in this one, they can at least take a few weapons into the next round, and they can kinda try to build up their economy. But Taz has to stay with the UMP. He already did it in Cobblestone, so I don't think that it's actually weakening him. As Pasha goes for the M4, they need to wait one more round for the AWP, and Taz has to drop it. If Taz goes down and he has to rebuy, or if Virtus.pro loses this round, they could probably not afford the AWP at all. Dignitas with a 5 AK setup headed towards the B apartments, where the CTs are not really taking anything, but Taz is checking out the top of middle, calling in for the rotation. The CTs on their way already. Let's see. They are on B. Kierby gets taken out, and whoever I switch to is already dead. Nico and Pimp. Nico in the smoke gets taken out by Pasha. Pimp is the last man. He's jumping around in the smoke. He disposes of Snacks. Oh, just runs out of bullets as Pasha was lined up perfectly for him. Really unfortunate for Pimp, but Virtus.pro with the 4th round, and they will be happy. Even though it was a little bit unlucky for Pimp in that situation. He had the right spray pattern already in his hand. Even though he was running out of bullets, he still went for that spray pattern to control the AK. And you could really see that he was aiming at Pasha at that very moment. And if he had 2, 3, maybe 5 more bullets, would have been a kill for Pimp. 2v1 with 1 UMP on Taz could have been feasible for him. But well, now Dignitas with the bomb plant in the back can purchase weapons again and try one more time to upset Virtus.pro. The CTs are currently doing a good job of picking up the first frags without being traded or something like that. Snacks barely stays alive, but still, he's alive, and that means one more eyes, one more set of eyes, one more barrel pointed at the terrorist. Pasha and Bialy with the frags for the CTs, while Kierby and AZ are the only ones on the terrorist side. And AZ will be taken out easily by Bialy. Good job by him. Seems to be his map right now. 8 frags for him already on 5 rounds. The Danes will buy up thanks to the loser bonus, and they don't have any nades except for MSL, who had to stay with the Tech 9 in favor of the nades, so they kind of ordered him to do the dirty job, so to speak, be the guy to throw his teammates nades. And there is Neo on middle, picking off Nico, who's still looking for his start in this game. I mean, he did get a few good jobs done, a few important rounds as well on Cobblestone, but the majority of the frags have been by AZ, for example. And Pimp goes down to Neo, 3v5 in favor of the CTs. AZ is caught alone as well. Taz easily lines up another one as MSL steps into his crosshair. 1v5, Kierby seems once again to really focus on this 1v5, and he does get the first one, but the time will run down on him. The bomb is dropped in middle, so he needs to take care of 4 CTs. And, well, Taz already closes him out. 6-0 in favor of Virtus.pro. You kind of would expect that to happen after the first rifle round. Now Dignitas... now Dignitas have to work their economy up again. The loser bonus is not enough for now, as they have bought up in the 5th round. Or rather in the 6th round. Now it's the 7th, and Dignitas is stripped low on money, but they get themselves 2 frags. It seems like the Tech 9 pushes are more successful than their actual rifle rounds. Virtus.pro takes 7-0 now. Dignitas back on rifles, and now they need to make something happen. Otherwise, Virtus.pro will just take it away from that point on and not allow the terrorists to get anything back on the board. The Danes need to pick up a round now. There is no way around that. If they want to have an impact on this first half, they need to take it into their own hands. They can't wait until Virtus.pro makes a huge mistake. Now Kiabai being flashed, taking out Bialy, still being flashed. Taz hoses them down. Now he's on top of the balcony. Nico picks him off. It's a 2v3 in favor of the terrorists. Actually, Neo with the pistol picks off Nico. And MSL with the AK retaliation frag. Snacks though with the perfect line of fire. Disposes of MSL as he was trying to plant the bomb. Pimp and Snacks going head to head right now. Pimp needs to find a way, and he just turns around, right direction, right angle, right level, right head into Snacks. 7-1. Dignitas are finally on the board, and that was about time. If you let the CTs get more than 7 rounds without replying anything, it is, yeah, the momentum is shrinking by the second. Now the Danes need to string those rounds together, otherwise their economy would be screwed and Virtus.pro would face off against the save round, more or less. AZ is taken out to 55 by a nade and a full A go by Dignitas. Full commitment to that. Taz goes down to AZ. Both players have been flashed, but Bialy with a double spray before he runs out of bullets, and Pimp with the refrag, but Pasha with the refrag, drawing it to a 3v2 again. 1-man advantage to the CTs. Nico and Pimp are working on the A bomb site, and a good angle by Neo, but he just somehow didn't get that frag. Nico turns around with the scope in his hands, puts a bullet through his cranium, and now he lines up another one onto Snacks. Nico stepping it up when it's most needed by Dignitas, even though he didn't have too many frags on the first map. Now he makes it happen for Dignitas. Pimp is spotting Pasha as he hops around in A, and a good shot onto him. 7-2 thanks to Nico's great performance in this round in the 2v2 situation, actually 3v2 situation it was, in favor of the other team. The Danes now slowly picking up the pace, and if they win one more round, they could actually make it 7-4, if not 7-5, before Virtus.pro can build up some economy and buy weapons again. Good situation for the Danes to be in, and not so good position for Virtus.pro. They have 3 rifles and 2 pistols, 5.7 and CZ 75. AZ just stresses out the CTs over in window and in connector area, and he's looking through that small gap in the smoke. Taz stays away though. Re-smoke by AZ will keep Taz away, and now the attention is drawn away, but Taz isn't able to retaliate for the frag onto Pasha. That was the timing that Taz could have used to take AZ out and make it a 4v4 again. But somehow he missed that, and AZ stays alive with his 8 HP. MSL slices through the B bomb site. Now he has to watch out. He has a bomb on his back. If he drops it in a wrong moment, at the wrong angle, it could be really horrible for the terrorists. Neo with the triple kill now, suddenly drawing it back. But the terrorists still stay in control, even though they are separated from each other. And Bialy is just coming in from behind. They still need to watch out. They don't know where Bialy is coming from. The apartments is the way to look, and Nico and Kiabai will finally spot Bialy approach the bomb site as Kiabai draws the attention towards the back. Nico has him covered, and wow, Snacks had a very, very bad spray going on the A bomb site on the balcony player. Ended up going down to him in the end. 7-3 now. Dignitas building up the momentum just like I said before. Oh, was it Pasha with the spray? No, that was actually before that, as AZ stayed alive. Now the CTs with the first frag, courtesy of Bialy, but AZ is able to reply with that AK. MSL with another one, turning around 180 degree. AZ trying to cover his teammate, and MSL just turns back and forth, doesn't need his teammate anyway, anyhow. 4v1 Snacks is the last man standing, P250 in hand. He lets AZ walk in there and picks him off easily. Good job by Snacks using his patience and his aim to take him down. But now he is disposed of by MSL, who picks up the triple kill. 7-4. Dignitas with a good comeback streak into this matchup. Picking up 4 in a row. And that was crucial for them. That one round, and that round was really close. If Virtus.pro had picked this one up, that was one thanks to Nico's double kill. Would have demolished the economy for the terrorists and probably allowed them to pick up, or to pick Virtus.pro to pick up a few more rounds in a row. Now double trade in middle, and Nico playing his position perfectly to take out Taz with the tag on the AWP through the box, then using the HE grenade to take out Taz without actually having to face him. But Bialy does the same to his teammate, and now Nico is alone with 29 HP on his account. He's got the bomb to work with, so he will probably push towards the B bomb site. Neo has that angle pinned down already. Good job by Virtus.pro, holding down every possible angle and every possible approach. Even though they only had 2 players surviving in that situation. 8-4 now in favor of the Poles, restoring a 4-round lead. But Dignitas still have one more buy round to work with before they are forced to save. And the Danes could make it 8-5 and actually make Virtus.pro save again. So whoever wins this round has 2 rounds on the board, which makes it either 10-4 or 8-6. AZ with the opening shot onto Bialy, but Snacks was just lurking around in the underpass, waiting for his prey to walk by. The same goes for Taz, but Pimp is able to reply. It is a 3v3 again. The bomb is about to be planted. Pimp runs into a position in CT spawn, and now he's pushing with the flash grenade. He gets the headshot onto Neo, but at the same time, Snacks gets the kill onto Kiabai. It's once again a 2v2. Nico is left alone in the A bomb site. He's being ignored by Pasha, so to speak. Pasha is coming in from A apartments, and all the players are in different directions of the A bomb site. It's kind of a quad right now. The CTs pinch in from the 2 different directions. Nico picks off Snacks. Pimp with the spray through the smoke and already picks Pasha up before he even gets to the bomb. Dignitas win that very important round and make it 8-5, allowing them to probably make it 8-6 without too many problems. But I don't want to jinx it for the Danes, as they are performing really well today. And not only today, but also in the previous weeks, even though Pimp is kind of self-criticizing his squad with the term of inconsistency or something like that on Twitter. They are now really showing their worth. But Taz and Neo with the openers for the CTs. Nico, though, slowly but surely picking up the pace as well with his scope, picking up 3 kills in middle. Bialy got his hands on the Galil, and Snacks still with the Deagle. Still 2 very dangerous weapons in the hands of Virtus.pro. So the terrorists need to watch out. Nico is a one-shot for Snacks and Bialy, and Pimp could be a one-shot depending on Snacks' aim. Terrorists will make their way towards the B bomb site, and Snacks takes the long route through the terrorist spawn. Or, well, he will actually head back and either take this route retreat and catches him, get back in there, and then that turns around onto Snacks, takes him out, makes it a 1v1. Bialy on 2 frags already, rotating towards A as fast as he can. He just wants to be as close as possible so Pimp can't get away from the bomb plant site, which Pimp is now able to do, and now Bialy needs to guess where Pimp went. He could have gone anywhere, basically. The Pole will check CT spawn, I believe. No, he will turn actually the wrong corner, and Pimp from behind takes him out. But what a great eco round by Virtus.pro, almost winning it on top of those frags by the players. 8-6. Dignitas close it to 2 rounds. Last round of this first half on the second map. The Danes with the chance to make it 8-7 and look back at a very successful terrorist side, especially as they started off 7-0 down. So Neo with the scout now, obviously the Poles need to purchase whatever they can afford. And Neo already showed what he's worth with that scout. This time he gets caught mid-air by Kierby though. MSL with the right guess to shoot Taz in the face right away, but Bialy still around, and Pasha takes out one as well. Bialy with the second frag and the bomb site, then once again runs out of bullets when he had another frag, though it doesn't keep him from picking up Kierby, and AZ is taken out by Bialy as well. Great job by Bialy, making him hit the 4 kills in this round, and gives Virtus.pro a slight momentum back, as they now are up 9-6. If they should lose the pistol round, Dignitas would be able to draw it probably, but still, Virtus.pro now have to, or they can cheer themselves up with that 4K by Bialy, who's sitting at 20 frags in 15 rounds. I'm not completely mistaken, that equals 1.5 frags every single round he played. No, not completely, not, yeah, something like that. Don't ask me math questions at that early stage. It is just, the day is only 40 minutes old. So maybe this is the first CS game today, basically. Dignitas now on the CT side with a few USPs and 157 for MSL. And Virtus.pro will try to confuse the CTs with a decoy nade over at the B apartments. But the CTs are not fooled by that at all. There are no silvers. They are definitely global elites. I can tell the diffuse added a decoy nade from a real player. AZ picking up that stellar headshot onto Pasha. Just looking so easy when he does that stuff on the pistol round. Swarby 4 though. Has with the handgun, with the Glock. Taking out 2, making it a 3v3 again. Now MSL drawing it to a 2v3. Snacks though with his frag, making it a 2v2 again. MSL with the 5-7, scaring off Taz for now. And now Bialy actually. And Bialy goes down to the straight headshot. Pim just casually clicks away onto Snacks. And they will win the second pistol round as well on Mirage. Great start. No, actually Virtus.pro won the first pistol. Sorry for that. Great start for Dignitas. Just as good as Virtus.pro on their side. Now, can Virtus.pro answer with that or not? They are going for the full save, even though they didn't plant the bomb. So that is quite weird, but maybe they want to surprise Dignitas in the third round of this half with a kind of forced spy, something that Virtus.pro lately went for quite a few times. As he will quickly check out middle and mops up those 2 in underpass. It is like smoking out rats and then just set them on flames basically when they try to leave their nest. 5v2, Taz and Neo. The two know each other for so long already. Now can they do that magical chemistry? No, it doesn't seem like it. Pimp with the M4A1. Hereby already pushing in with the Ashtarian MP7. Maybe I should only give away MP7 Ashtarian. It's Ashtarian, of course, but no. I was trying to be funny. 1:4. Sorry for not achieving my goal, though. Dignitas now in control of the matchup, but Virtus.pro try to do something about that with 2 scouts and 2 AKs and 1 Galil. Pasha and Neo will not find any targets yet. Dignitas are playing it really defensively, allowing the terrorists to get control of middle. And now Virtus.pro will take it to the B bomb site against the still not so strong rifles of the CTs. Dignitas are lucky to have those 3 guns, that FAMAS and the 2 M4s. And MSL just catches the backside of Snacks. And they both turn around just in time to shoot each other, but MSL was faster. Picks up that AK that Snacks dropped for him. MSL still covering middle, picking up another one. He's really on fire today. Good job by him. 9-8. And Dignitas looking at a very good round right now. If Pasha and Neo can't hit those heads of the CTs, I don't really fancy their chances. Bialy with the eco. Khalil goes to work, but actually Pasha will pick up that headshot onto MSL. AZ in some trouble, but picks up 2 UMP frags, while Neo takes him out, goes for the second frag, tags Nico. The P250 or P2000, no, the Glock actually will not get a frag though. Pimp is able to support his teammate and keep him alive. 9-9. Dignitas win the mandatory rounds, even though there have been, or the last one was quite close. Not, you know, not close as if in they almost lost it, but close as in they almost lost 3 players. Virtus.pro now back on a save thanks to their early buy round that they went for. And the CTs with 4 guns now. Reinforcing that. AZ with the kill onto pass in middle. Snacks firing off a few shots with his P250. And now he gets caught from behind by Pimp. The CTs have a firm grip on this anti-eco round. They don't allow the terrorists to get anything at all right now. Pasha and Neo are working together in middle, but they are both covered, and it ends up with a 10-9 flawless round by Dignitas. Now the Danes are really kicking it off. But can Virtus.pro do something about that with 4 AKs? Probably a 5th in the hands of Snacks in a second. There he is. And the T's with the A execution lining up. Getting ready for that. AZ though has done a good job of keeping the terrorists out for just a few seconds. Though it is a 3v3 now, a 2v3 in favor of the CTs. Bialy down to 10 HP. Nico with a triple kill. Getting his squad out on top, making it 11-9. Virtus.pro are running out of options. They need to do something about the lead of Team Dignitas. With those Tech 9s, they try their best. They have 2 of them, 2 CZ75, so Pasha and Bialy. But Dignitas are on the aggressive push down into middle, checking all that out already. Forwarding that information. Kierby goes for the backstab while the terrorists are executing their A strategy. Dignitas is coming in from behind already, and AZ holds down the first. Bialy looking for a frag in connector area. CZ75 in hand, goes down on AZ. Good job by Virtus.pro, actually removing 3 CTs. Bialy with another one. He's really stepping it up today on Mirage, making it a 1v3. Nico though with the 5-7 comes out on top of Pasha, exchanges his AWP for an M4A1 and goes into the A bomb site with that smoke in hand, trying to blow somebody up. He takes out Snack straight away. He's on the defuse, but Bialy is the hero of the round with a headshot onto Nico through the smoke. Virtus.pro win the eco round against Dignitas, and it seems like the Danes have been unfocused for a small second, and as soon as you give Virtus.pro a chance to take you out, it is going to happen as the terrorists are trying to get back into this game. The Danes are still on another buy, and depending on how many weapons they save, they could actually go for a force buy, something weird in the next one. 25 frags now for Bialy. Just great performance. 20 on AZ, 19 on Nico. The terrorists lining up that A execution. They have 2 players still on B apartments. I'm not quite sure what the plan is, but they will probably just slow down and maybe even re-rotate towards B, or take control of middle delayed, you know, just a little later in the round. That's what the plan is for Virtus.pro. With the first frag in the back, they have the confidence, they have all the chances to take the A bomb set against the terrorists, against the CTs. But Nico is still around in CT spawn. He catches an 8, goes down to 16 HP, but just stays alive as Pim steps it up together with MSL. Snacks and Taz though still able to keep their squad alive in this matchup, as Taz down to 70 and Snacks down to 6. On the other side we have the CTs on Nico with 12. And that incendiary nade will completely be bugged. And Kierby with the double spray onto Taz and Snacks coming in from behind, demolishing Virtus.pro's dreams of making it 11-11. Now the terrorists on a save most probably. They failed to plant the bomb and they only have 6k on Bialy, the rest of the squad with 3k. They could go for some upgraded pistols, but it seems like, oh wow. Okay, Virtus.pro is all in this round. But very, very late. It seems like they had to get a pen and a paper to write down, you know, wait, you've got that much money. Minus Tech 9, minus grenade, minus armor equals this and that much money. Now, if we put it the other way and you take the GOCL, you could drop a weapon or something like that. It seems like they really calculated what they can purchase in the armory or what they can't. Dignitas holding on to the very defensive approach once again. They are not going for anything majorly stupid. A middle push would have been cheeky, but would have probably put a real strain on the focus as well. For those aggressive plays, you really have to be on point. Snacks is on point with that shot onto AZ in window room. He was boosted up there by his teammates. Now he has control of CT spawn, and he gets in for the backstab on the B bomb site. He misses that one player though, but doesn't matter. If your teammates are doing your job, you can take it to the CT spawn alley and remove one of the rotating players, leaving MSL alone over there. And Virtus.pro kind of succeed in this completely weird buy with 1 AK and 1 GOCL, taking the B bomb site by storm. And I think that was once again one of those rounds where Dignitas was looking the other way for a second. And it's like a little kid with the hand in the candy jar. Or, well, it's not yet in the candy jar, but the mother looks away, and as soon as that happens, the kid will get its hand in the candy jar and get a few cheeky sweets out of that bowl. 11-12, Virtus.pro closing in on Dignitas again, and the CTs are now forced on a save or a forced buy, depending on how risky they will take it. Not too risky though. P250s and a 5.7. MSL with the M4A1 that he saved, and he would, or you know, perfectly he would go for a double save as his own money is not looking too good compared to his teammates. Well, it still looks alright, but still, if he wants to, or if he would double save, it would be even better for the CTs. Now first frag by MSL, Kierby and AZ with the P250 in the A bomb set, stopping the terrorist push. Taz tries to draw it back with 1 kill, but Bialy, now it's his map. You can really feel that it's his map. He's feeling at home so much right now. 3v2, Taz and Bialy against unarmored targets. It's really possible for them. Taz with the nade onto Nico. Touchdown, I would say. Nico like a pitcher catching the ball. Kierby and Pimp on the retake. They've got nothing to lose except for that rifle or the 2 rifles, and they will commit to that retake. Taz catches 1 off guard. Now it has to back off a little bit, and the Tech 9 will do the job onto Pimp. 4 kills for Taz, supported by Bialy in this round. Virtus.pro will draw the game at 12 each, and we might look at another overtime. What are the odds? I mean, what are the odds of casting 5 maps and having an overtime in 4 of them? That would be really sick. Let's see if that will happen. CT's back on real weapons. They have an AWP for Nico in the A-bomb site. And the Virtus.pro squad will build up through B apartments and then get back into middle through the underpass. Taz is just holding on to that defensively. And they will actually go for middle control right now, and then try to figure out where to go in the end. Maybe they will actually get back to the B-bomb site after all. Let's see what the CTs can do about that. Virtus.pro is probably going to go to the B bomb side as MSL is faced off with Snacks. He just tucks into the corner, tries to stay alive, but it's not going to be the case as Pimp is able to collect the refrag. It's not that big of a deal for the CTs. Hereby going to work on the terrace, opening up on the B bomb site. Good job by him. 4v1 situation in favor of the CTs, and Kierby with a triple. The youngster shutting down the terrorist hopes of winning the lead for, I think, not the first time, obviously, but yeah, winning the lead back, so to speak. Dignitas 13-12 up. One round separating the two teams. Virtus.pro won another 4AK by with the Tech 9 for Snacks. Let's see if it wields the result that they are hoping for, as they already made it happen with 2 rifles and 3 pistols. I don't actually would count them out in this round as of yet. A execution, but the CTs have all the info on the outside. Pasha was waiting for MSL to do that move though, and now Dignitas have to make up for that lost player. As he's able to do that and retreats back through the smoke, fading away that kind of peek and fade play. Really well played by AZ. Now he's getting back together with Pimp. He will mop up 2 more frags. Neo and Bialy left alone. Bialy with that frag, but Pimp with a nade will dispose of him. Small bits are left of Bialy, and Neo will meet his maker courtesy of Nico. 14-12 in favor of Dignitas. Virtus.pro now running in some money. No, actually the loser bonus will help them, and the planted bomb, they could go for a really weird setup. And considering they did it already, they will probably at least upgrade their pistols. Tech 9 for Taz and Neo. And they always go for the same pistols. Pasha and Bialy with the C sets. P250 for Snacks. So Dignitas could get 3 match points by winning this round. And I'm really curious to see how many they need, or if they will actually get to that. Virtus.pro on the middle control play again. This time they are uncontestedly doing that. They are on the receiving end of the first exchanges. Snacks down to 27, Bialy down to 38, Pasha is down to 27 now as well. And just as Forrest turned 27 yesterday, I believe. AZ with the frag onto Taz. 4 CT surviving. Bialy is the last man, and suddenly Team Dignitas have won the round, with Pim picking up 2 at the end. 24 frags for Pim, AZ on 26, 22 for Nico, who really stepped it up on Mirage. You could tell that Cobblestone was not really his turf. And we've got Bialy on 27 frags, 22 for Taz. So Dignitas with 3 match points. Virtus.pro with a full buy. 5 AKs for the Poles. They will take it to the A bomb site. They were more successful on that approach compared to the middle approach, where they most often ended up on the receiving end at the end of the round. Now they are opposed by MSL in balcony, and MSL will pick off Pasha on balcony, but Snacks comes in from the connector. Pimp tries to get some control back. Snacks still holding on to connector as Nico goes to work on Taz. Nico, MSL actually covers himself. Pimp is coming in with the rotation as well. Neo and Bialy alone against 4 CTs. Now it's only Neo. The legend needs to step it up for Virtus.pro to stay alive and not drop into the loser bracket, but it's not going to happen. Dignitas with a 2-0 win against the Poles. 16-12 on the second map. Great performance by Dignitas, upsetting Virtus.pro, and yeah, that was just great performance by a bunch of players. And you know, a double overtime on the first map, it could have gone either way. There have been so many chances for Virtus.pro as well, so props to both teams for providing us with a close game like that. I thank you guys for tuning in. I will just roll a few ads and then be back in the chat to talk to you. If you have any questions, just fire away. Drop me a private message on Twitch or follow me on Twitter. It's all possible. So thank you for tuning in. I am really exhausted, I have to say, but still, Thanks for tuning in. We will be back with the next matches in the future, so make sure to keep yourself updated on hltv.org and on my Twitter profile. So see you in a bit. This was the Boo with the Go Champions League upper bracket semi-final between Virtus.pro and Dignitas.